Thank you so much for coming to our channel. My name is Mr. Donald. If you are new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe, comment and share. Today I've got a very important piece of message. People have been asking me to give them the breakdown of borehole drilling costs. And this is what I'm going to give you today. I am so excited with the support that you can give me on this channel, your comments, this interaction, like communicating with you. Many of you, I've never met you, but when you comment there, I feel like, yay, this is my people. I'm with my people, my friends and relatives and my neighbors. We are on the same village. Most of you, you're out of Zimbabwe, but I love you. Thank you so much for being part of this journey. So today I want to give you the breakdown of the cost of borehole drilling. There are many ways of killing a cat, and today I'm going to give you one of it. And some said to be forewarned is forearmed. And information is a very important thing in business, and this is what I'm going to give you today. I'm going to give you on the perspective of our experience on the drilling of the bore. So the first thing with bore drilling is surveying. So first time, if you want to do bore drilling, they encourage you to do what they call technical survey. This will help you to know where to put your bore, and also even have a probability of the meters that you are going to drill for you to get water, and also sometimes the quantities that you are going to get, whether you are going to get a lot of water, medium or less. This is a very important thing to do, so you need to budget a fee for that. I'm going to give you a range. When I went to the market there, when I went for some quotations, I was given the average figure was 150 US dollars. 150 US dollars. That is geological water survey. But there are some different ways of negotiating in business. The advantages of negotiating is also there are some challenges that may come with negotiation. So if you negotiate very well, they may go down. Like in our case, we reached it to the company, they referred us to the guy who was doing surveys. They charged us 80 US dollars. They said, okay. Because in my case, I was someone who was always negotiating, because I knew that actually I don't have this money, right? And we are just doing it for the sake of, this is the only way to go. But otherwise, we don't have money. So I was negotiating. But at the same time, when I was negotiating, I was being afraid of sometimes if you negotiate, sometimes people may tend to come in to say, okay, that's fine, we can go and do survey at $80. But sometimes they may not be able to cover maybe the necessary costs and expenses related to the job that they are going to do. So sometimes they may reduce maybe the machines that are needed there. They may come to your point, to your place, but sometimes they may not offer a proper service. That was my fear. So even when I'm advising on issue of negotiating, I think it's proper to negotiate to a way to the point where you feel that they may be able and they are comfortable to bring all the necessary expertise and equipment to your work, so that they may not do a poor job for the sake of accommodating you in terms of a cost. So when they said $80, as to me, I said, okay, that's fine. Thank you so much. So I was supposed to pay $150 to some companies. This company said, okay, $100, but you are going to pay $80. Okay, that's fine. So in other cases, you need to budget the transport for you to bring that person, because you can do water survey before you bring a drilling machine. So the surveyor must go ahead of the drilling machine in most cases. Why? Because when he goes there and survey, he notifies those people behind there if they are coming from the same company, or if you hire those people from different organizations. Say this is a surveyor from this company, and also the drilling company is another company. So you need to have transport to bring that person to the ground, because after surveying it, then you are sure that you have water, you have got somewhere to bring the rig to. So you need transport. It depends on the on the distance. So as for us on our area, um it's different. You may need around $4 to come to a village from the town, but I was relieved on that one. The guy was from the same company. They were working together. It's a small underwriter. So they had their own vehicle. We came to the village with another vehicle ahead of the rigging machine. So we didn't pay the transport cost. So that one also was an advantage to us. They came to the point, they did their work, we paid $80, they went back to the town. Then the guys came. Now that's the process of drilling started. Now surveying is done. Then now the issue of drilling. So for the first 40 meters, they were charging 1,100 in our case. But before charging, they were asking how many kilometers from the town, from the point where the rig machine is, where the drilling machine is parked, how many kilometers. So I discovered that there is a fee of drilling 40 meters, but because of distance, they may charge you an extra amount that is just placed on the flat figure of 40 meters. Because when I requested quotation from the guys who are in Harare, I wanted them to come here. So when I requested the quotation, they said we charge this amount, but because you are in even after Karoi, you are going to have around $300 of transport. This will be expensive to you. It will be better for you to hire someone who is closer to you. So even if you want to hire someone, maybe you may be attracted to a specific company. Maybe someone is advertising it, but is away from you. It may be better for you to hire someone who is of um, a good name, someone whom you believe is going to do a great job, even if he's coming from afar. Maybe you can just budget maybe $300 in my case, but you know very well that that person is going to do a good job for you. 1,100 was the figure that was charged. But these guys were coming also in different amounts. Some could say 1,200, so some would say 1,100. So in our case, in every stage we were negotiating. But I was said, guys, we are negotiating, but we don't want you to do a shabby job. We are negotiating because we want the service, but we need to make sure that we we, we, we come to a point that all of us, both sides, will win. Okay, so we negotiated 1,100. So they said now you can pay 1,050. Ah, you see, that one was bringing joy. You know why? Because a 50 USD. Yes, if you are in a town there, you got $50. Sometimes he is not able to buy grocery for the whole month, but in terms of drilling, it was able to drill 2 meters, 50 US dollars. So if you deepen your bore with the 2 meters, sometimes this is where we are going to get water. Sometimes before you are warm and dry. So we negotiated. We came to 1,050 US dollars. Okay, then the work started drilling. Okay, then when we reached the um, 40 meters, then they said they were actually saying you're supposed to pay 30 US dollars, but I was always negotiating. Say okay, you can pay $25. I don't know. Some people just started by charging you big figures when they actually know very well that the actual figure is lower. So they want you to feel like comfortable, like they have done good to you. And sometimes they also want you not to negotiate beyond their normal price. Yeah. So sometimes they may say, if they actually know that it's 25, they may say, okay, it's 30. So that if you negotiate, you come back to 25. Right? So they said $25 per meter. Right. So from 40, let's say 50, 60, 70, right? So times 25. How much did you get? So plus 5 meter, right? How many dollars did you get? From 50, 60, 70, then 5. So it's 35 meters down there from 40 meters. 35 times 25. How many um, um, dollars do you get? Those who know very well, we are good in mathematics, mnemsoro, maona mari. According to my calculations, it came to 875 US dollars. That's for another 35. So plus the first $1,050 plus the amount for surveying is plus that one is $80. It comes to 2005 US dollars. That whole money that which came from different people from different directions, but coming to the one point, coming to an investment that will help, if God permits, many people, generations, the community, if it goes well, bringing food to the society, adding to the gross domestic products of our country, Zimbabwe, gross national product, creating employment in rural areas, bringing infrastructure development, bring financial independence, and relieving even some institutions that may need some people to be trained. I think that all those contributions will bring positive developments to our community, to our nation, and to the family. So I want to thank everyone who contributed. So there's this issue now. There are some hidden costs that I want to tell you. In every business, if people tell you, you need to dig deeper and find out what are some of the hidden costs that are available along the process. Because sometimes you think that if they say you're going to pay 800 US dollars, in like sometimes some instances when people advertise in places around Harare, they may sometimes charge $800, $850 for drilling a bore 40 meters. Then you think that is home and dry. After that, we are going to have water. Then we go, right? So I was also told that during the process of drilling, we also need to put casing, right? Casing, that's a blue pipe, that's sky blue pipe that need to be placed down there. So when they were drilling, They used a big bit on the first 14 meters when they say the soil is loose. But when we reach the hard rock, we're going to use a small bit which drill faster and is efficient. So on the on the top part of the bore, we're going to put a big casing. I don't know the millimeters, I forgot. Then lower there, we're going to put a small casing there. So what is going to happen is that we, after drilling, we put casing from top downwards, bigger one and smaller one. Then for that cost of drilling, it includes also um, um, it includes also casing. And they also said, now when we see that your soil, your topsoil there is loose, we need to put double casing. What it means is, on the top part of the bore, we're going to put another small pipe inside the bigger casing. We need to put another small casing inside there so that it will have strength to support the bore, because sometimes there are some cases where bore tend to collapse underground there because there's some loose soil, no strong casing has been done. So I was also told that that part, if you want that double casing, they were going to charge me $25 per each meter. Which is for the first 20, for the first 14 meters, I was supposed to pay $25 times 14 meters. Good man again, right? So if you say I'm gonna drill ball, you don't consider that one. But that one is a effect, that was an expense. I don't know, people in different technicalities, they may say, okay, there's no problem, I cannot go with that, or sometimes they have got the different reason. But this is what I was told. We have to do that. But we consider the geological formation we will see along the way when we are doing drilling process. Okay. Okay, but in our case, remember I told you that earlier on a previous video there, I told you that we were thinking that if we do drilling, we could continue later, because I wasn't expecting to have enough water that can help us to irrigate our portion of land there. So we wanted to have a bore that we drill now and continue later. So they said, if we do that, we cannot put double casing there, because if we put double casing, it means that the hole, the, that hole, that it will be small, and our bit will not be able to enter inside. And also, even lower there, below 14 meters, we cannot put that small casing, because if you bring another bit, it will not be able to enter inside there. So they left without putting the casing there, down there, and also the upper casing, and on they only placed in upper casing. So they went back, they took all the casing, they brought it back to the workshop there in Karoi. But someone told me again and said, oh my guy, you did a mistake. They were supposed to leave those casing, because it's part of your money. You're supposed to keep them there. If they come back, they will continue, they will put the casing in. Even if you hire another company, they will do that. I said, okay, I did a blunder on that one. I did a blunder. I don't know if I do go back to them, and when I want them to continue the drilling, are they going to agree with me to bring back my casing so that I continue with they put them there, or they were going to charge me extra again, double, when I say maybe you were supposed to pay on. So I know in every business there are some technical jargon that may be used, but this is what they had said. In even other companies, they were saying is drilling and casing. So it's part of my thinking. What I was saying, no, for the meantime, we don't want to case. So we are waiting now for the next time. Maybe before rain comes, we need to make sure that we continue. We drill deeper, um, to maybe, if God permits, a bit, to increase a bit so that we have enough water. Then we do casing, and we put final touches. And also sometimes we need also to know that after drilling, they don't give you a pump, they don't give you the solar, they don't give you the way to bring water back home. The issue of drilling is separate. Sometimes may think changu sara tichitomwa mvura. No, yeah, it's a different story. So thank you so much. This is the costs that I gave you. $80 plus 1,050 plus 875. Um, that's okay. This extra cost is optional, but it's advisable to follow the guidance that they give, especially if they're genuine guys. I think my guys are genuine, though we had a delay. Um, I encourage people also to try them, because since they are company, we have got many equipment, many machinery, and in our case also, even if we had those 6 days of delay, we had an option. We had given another machine to do another position, but we couldn't want them to go there because we believe that that position had less water. So here, I also tell you how much water are we getting per day, the process of getting the solar panel, the cost that we incur we incurred on getting solar panels, and also how it has improved on our case. And I think before we do that, I would love to share with you even the progress in our cabbage, in our guava, in our avocado. They are now doing well with the water that we now received. I want to thank you, everyone who was talking about this issue. Please do this and that. I really appreciate. Thank you so much. May God bless you. Don't forget to share, comment, and like also. Tell me your experience with the drilling process and also the cost that you incurred. Some people were telling me that I'm so sorry. You know, this issue of ball drilling is so tricky. Someone said they went on there during the drilling, they said no, there is no water. Someone said no, the bore collapsed. There are a lot of stories that people share. When I got the internet, you research there about bore drilling, you see some scams. But I want to thank God that even if we had a delay, we actually get water at the end of the day. Even if we count the monies, um, we are counting after having something that we left. We are left with something to look at. Unlike when they were drilling there, I was holding my chest and say, all those dollars and cents when people are sacrificing, they're trying to make sure that we have water there. But at the end of the day, if we don't have water, what will we do? How are we going to survive? But now life is started in the village. We now have water. May God bless everywhere where you are, where you want to do a bore drilling. And there's one also thing that I want to share with you that we need also to consider. You know, when in a village, when you are in a different areas, except maybe sometimes if you're in a town where you just have your area, you bought 300 square meters, 2,000 square meters, and so forth. You just do your things there. It's unlike in the villages also, where we have got these different traditional leaders. Sometimes they need to be notified that we want to do these things. Even, you know, when you want to do some of the things that are unpopular, that are uncommon to the area, you need to notify. Maybe it may be the headman, it may be the sub chief, it may be the chief. I don't know. According to your society, you may need to notify them so that there may not be a fight, or maybe um, penalties that may come in terms of breaching the customs of the land. There sometimes they may have some places where they don't want you to encroach in terms of drilling. They may say so according to different customs. So there are some cases, some stories that I heard where people had some clashes with their leaders, where the leaders say, "You did not fire us. That's why your things are not going well." I don't know. I'm not confirming that will happen. But in, for those people who believe in Christianity, we believe in power. We believe in the spirit of God. It can make miracles with power. God can do wonders. At the same time, the devil can also do the same. So we live in a physical world which we also acknowledge the spiritual forces. So I don't know how you can handle it in your situation, but in some instances, this really happens. Thank you so much. It's now sunset. Thank you so much. This guy baba now. Right, saka takwenda kumba chobatana.